A boy swallowed watermelon seeds while eating watermelon. Surprisingly, the seeds quickly sprouted inside his body. By the time he woke up the next morning, a few watermelon leaves had fallen onto his blanket. But then, while he was washing up, his snot underwent an astonishing change. When he pulled it with his hand, the snot turned into green vines. The boy was so startled that he sat down on the ground with a thud. At this point, he noticed watermelon leaves scattered all over the floor, and the snot kept growing outward. Soon, he arrived at school. By now, the vines growing from the boy's body were out of control. Even passing teachers tripped and fell. However, his classmates and teachers didn't care about the boy's predicament. Instead, they directly kicked him out of the classroom and handed him over to the principal to deal with. The principal walked right up and ripped the melon vines out of the boy's nostrils. Bright red nosebleed instantly flowed out. The boy wiped it with his hand, only to find that the nosebleed was sweet. The next second, watermelon juice suddenly gushed out, and the boy caught it directly in his mouth. The guilty principal quickly sent him to the infirmary. After an examination, the doctor discovered that the boy's eyeballs were watermelon seeds, and his mouth was open, revealing watermelon flesh. Even more horrifyingly, the watermelon flesh in his ears had grown dozens of meters long. Left with no choice, the doctor took out scissors and started performing surgery on the boy. The angry doctor directly grabbed a chainsaw, and the frightened boy turned and ran. Suddenly, his body sank, and he fell directly to the ground. It turned out that by this time, his body had completely turned into a watermelon. His classmates dragged him to the sports meet. Seeing that his classmates were already in position while the boy could only helplessly hug his belly, the gun went off and the students flew out like arrows. The boy fell into a heap immediately after starting, charging straight to the finish line and ultimately winning the championship. By this time, his head had also turned into a watermelon. However, it was precisely because of this that his athletic performance became particularly outstanding. However, an accident still happened. During a performance of a 720-degree giant swing, his legs suddenly disappeared and he lost consciousness. From then on, the boy had completely turned into a ripe watermelon. With a crisp sound of hitting the ground, the boy shattered into pieces. The classmates who came rushing immediately started happily eating the watermelon.